Well, it is over. These Super Bowls have not been disappointing. They've been always great. And this one, the Vikings fan in me hated seeing another team in there, but the football fan in me loved watching a really fun game. This one was so many points up and down the field. Still can't find any defenses though. I wish there had been more than one defensive play. There was one at the very end, but let's talk about it briefly, because you guys don't really care. This is not a Vikings video, but the biggest plays of the game, 2 touchdowns that the Eagles got, I think were stupid calls. I'm a Vikings fan. I don't have a bias, except that they were just wrong calls, and because there were not that I think. Especially the first one. I think the first one should be a catch, but it goes against and wasn't consistent in what was called a catch throughout the season. So thus, I think both catches shouldn't have been complete. I don't know why. All of a sudden he's a runner when Jesse James had as many steps in. I thought Adam Thielen had more feet in and had control for longer before it balled in his arms before it was incomplete. Whatever. The second one was god-awful. The first one was kind of 50-50 since it was called the catch on the field, I believe. So if that stands, it's whatever, right? It's 50-50. Second one, no. I don't even think after the rule change it should be a catch, because it spiked up in the air after it hit the ground. No way you're a runner at that point. Get out of here. I do like that he caught it, so even if the ball didn't hit the ground, he would still would have been a catch. But it was just so stupid. That play's been all year. That's been incomplete. It's not that it should necessarily be. We can't rewrite the rules at the end of the year, right? It's been incomplete all year long, but this isn't about that one play. Each quarterback played phenomenal. I predicted it'd be like a 17-9 game. I thought the defenses were good. I guess stats lie. I know it's each game it can go either way, so predicting it can be very, very hard. I thought Foles was a wild card coming into the game. I thought he only had one phenomenal game in his that he could do. He had 2. He was phenomenal in this game, and Brady still outplayed him despite the outcome. So we'll look at the stats in a moment, but it was a very, very explosive game. Would you guys have liked some more defense in the game? I would have. The Eagles' defensive line was very good in the first half, and they got tired out. And yeah, so let's look at these stats. Starting off with the Patriots. Brady played like the GOAT. People are saying, "Oh, we lost to the Eagles, so he's no." He was 28 for 48 for 505 yards for 3 touchdowns. He was their offense and really their team, because their defense wasn't there. Like I said, can't find it, not seen. Their running back was pretty solid. White had 7 for 45, and Lewis is 9 for 36. Buckhead was 3 for 18. So the 3 main running backs were very solid. The biggest play, maybe early on, that really came back to bite them and was very ironic because the Eagles did it against them and worked for them, was a trick play where it ended up being a quarterback to catch the ball. Brady dropped it and Foles caught it, and his was for a touchdown. The coolest play of the game, the game go-ahead touchdown, I think, is complete BS, but that one was really, really cool, very creative and wide open. I don't know how often you can do that play and have it be successful, but he really chose it right there on a 4th down and goal. Brilliant time for that play. A situation where people love that call because it was a really gutsy call, but a Super Bowl a couple years ago, Seahawks pass and it's intercepted, and people grind that into the dirt. Like he gutsies here, but it worked out, so people praise it. What's his face? The Seahawks coach, Pete Carroll, was gutsy, called for a pass. That's Super Bowl, and it goes down as such an awful call. It's funny how that works out, right? Fans after the play and see the replay a couple times always know best, right? Wide receivers for the Patriots, of course, had a big day. Amendola, 8 for 152 for as long as 50. Hogan, 6 for 128, 1 touchdown as long as 43. Gronk, 9 for 116, 2 touchdowns, 25 was the long. He was the go-to guy all day in the second half. I don't know why he wasn't targeted earlier in the game. I guess they didn't know who he was earlier. Brandon Cooks, one of the bigger stories, 1 for 23 and got hurt after only played about a quarter, so that really sucked for the Patriots. Chung led the way with 10 tackles, otherwise there was no one really good. Devin McCourty was the only one good guy on defense for the Patriots. 7 tackles, 2 pass defense. He went on to Alshon Jeffrey and shut him down. Very Xavier Rhodes-esque. I think Rhodes is better, but he was really good today. It was 1 interception by Harmon. This one was a bobble on Alshon Jeffrey in that matchup we just talked about. Bobbled. Alshon Jeffrey actually played like a defensive back on a tip drill, tipped it up for him, and Ole caught it right in his breadbasket, caught it, and had it at the 5-yard line, and I think Brady drove all the way downfield. Very, very good drive, of course. Brady had the pretty much game over fumble, and there we have for the Patriots. Eagles. Foles, 28 for 43, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception on the day. What a guest. The biggest surprise here, coming into this game, you could predict maybe 280, 200, maybe 300 yards, right? Because the Patriots give up yards all year. They're like the 28th ranked defense as far as giving up yards. They don't give up points. Except for this game. So it's what happened, right? I think Peterson deserves more credit. I probably said his name wrong. The Eagles head coach deserves more credit for getting his team prepared and getting a good game plan together in these really big games. I know I love Zimmer, but we weren't prepared, obviously. We fell apart in the end of the game and really couldn't recover. The lucky Diggs play was the only thing that could let us advance, and nothing after that. I know for some reason McVay got Coach of the Year when his team didn't even make the playoffs or was 1 and done or something. They weren't very good, but I guess he was better because he took a team that was bad and made them pretty decent. But they had an MVP running back that was already pretty good when Zimmer and the Eagles head coach had to deal with quarterbacks going out. Zimmer had a lot less going from it. Whatever. Blunt, 14 for 90. Their running game was phenomenal. Ajayi, 9 for 57. 2 guys over 6 yards per carry. Holy cow. Only 1 touchdown for Blunt, who was cold-blooded going after his old team. They didn't want to pay him. Clement was 4 for 100. Their third running back there. Darren Sproles filling, really. 4 for 100 yards. A touchdown. His long was 55. They're doing these slow-go routes all day where you fake the slant and go down the seam. They were doing that all day, and it was working out very well. Aguilar, 9 for 84. Alshon Jeffrey, 3 for 73. I bet all that was in the second half or in the first half, and a touchdown. Zach Ertz, 7 for 67. Their best all-round receiver. Kind of like a slightly better version of Kyle Rudolph, except he's always healthy, so he's got that going for him as well. Torrey Smith, 5 for 49. And Nick Foles, 1 catch, 1 touchdown for 1 yard. Hey, the best receiver in the NFL. Defensively, 2 pass defenses for Mill, 1 for McLeod, 1 for Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins, holy cow. He kind of looks like he looks like dark-skinned Harrison Smith out there with how much they have his utility, being able to use on any part of the field, either in the box in man coverage or he can play center field. He looked good wherever they had him, very much like Harrison Smith. So that was fun to see. I wish it was actually Harrison Smith, but Darby had 2 pass defenses. Brandon Graham, the second best guy from Michigan, maybe next to Tom Brady, up there at least, had the sack to give the ball on the out ground so Barnett could pick it up for the game-winning fumble recovery pretty much. And yeah, both kickers were a little bit off and on, but their guy had a very clutch guy at the end. Their rookie kicker, Elliott, was 3 for 3 on the kicker, missed a PAT early in the game, I believe it was the first one. But there we have it. The offseason is finally here. So if you guys stuck around this long, leave a like. Subscribe for Minnesota Vikings off-season discussion. Should be a fun one. If you're Patriots fans, I feel bad for you, but you guys have won enough, so calm down. If you're an Eagles fan, please don't tear up my home state. I love it too much. Please, please, please. Who are we kidding? The bad Eagles fans can't afford Super Bowl tickets. They're in Philly in their 1-bedroom apartment. There you have it. There. We have the whole season wrapped up in one nice game. Well, there. The end of this video as well. We'll see you guys postseason or Off-season talk now. Let's go.
Brady under pressure, escapes the sack, launching one for the end zone. It's a jump ball and it's incomplete.